snapping logic on macOS Sequoia. In this video, I am going to sort of show you some alternatives if you're not happy with how this works. So the one cool thing I will say is that you can do this, which I didn't know you could do until I watched someone else demo some other features. And then in the comments, someone talked about if you hover over the center of a two-window thing, it sometimes shows you this. Sometimes it doesn't. So sometimes it goes away. And I'm not sure what does that. I think a big factor in making it work is you need to have the margins, which I'm on the fence if I want to have margins. So tapping that will then put margins around all your windows. This one somehow lost its margins. So let's see if we can get it to snap to fill. Doesn't want to fill that small. So let's make this one fit here. I'll resize that. And now we can just drag side by side. So that's super cool. That allows you to quickly rearrange things along with doing keyboard shortcuts where I can just move things to different areas of the screen and do sort of side by side. And then you can quickly grab that center thing to drag. So that's pretty cool. So what are some of the alternatives? So one of the alternatives is an app called Rectangle. This is an open source project that you can see all of the code that powers it. You can see an example of all the keyboard shortcuts that are possible. This one has different keyboard shortcuts than what Apple's using. So that's something to keep in mind. Once you learn this keyboard shortcuts, it's really easy to remember some of these things. This one's probably got a lot more customization. So that is one thing you could do. There's a free version and then there's a pro version, which looks like it's a 10-day free trial. And it says quicker window snapping. I don't know what that means. You can also customize the snap area. So there's a lot of things. There's quick throw. You might find this one more useful. I think quicker snapping just means some shortcuts. I don't think it's going to be any faster, but I could be totally wrong. And then there is another app called Magnet. I think I tried this in the past, but it never really stuck with me. Again, it's something that you could look at. When I looked at the reviews, it looks like maybe this one hasn't been updated in a while or it's not working all the way. So if I go to the most recent reviews, we're having a lot of like negative reviews, but I don't know if that's just because it's hard to get the UI to work with some first party apps. Like it looked like it's not working with here's one where they say this is still better. For what it's worth, the hold option key while dragging windows to tile is a really nice feature. Haven't figured out how to do that with Magnet. That's a helpful comment. That one's this one right here. This one was the best. Issues with Illustrator. I saw another issue with Illustrator. Not friendly with Logic Pro. So you might have some issues with that if we go to most helpful. Like people seem to like it a lot. And then if we go back to the version history, it looks like it did just get some updates. So it's been in progress. So it looks like they are fixing things. So I think that's a positive. It's not like it's just static. And this is actually number one in productivity, which is amazing actually. Most popular app. So if you want to try that, there's also Better Snap Tool. I've tried that in the past. So I guess that's the fourth one that we could talk about. I wasn't planning on talking about this one. I forgot about it. So this is another alternative. This is number 6 in productivity. If we go to see all the reviews and let's search by most recent, some stuff's not working. Okay, so we've got some issues, and then last updated 3 months ago. This has less updates than the other one, so it looks like Magnet gets the most updates, and it is top of its category. So they just have one app that they're working on. 165,000 people use it. So that's Magnet. And then the last one, I just learned about this from someone commenting on my YouTube channel, is called Swish, and they talked about having gestures. Where you can do different gestures to move things around. So if you're interested in some gestures to do these same types of things, as well as keyboard shortcuts, WASD control. So that's WASD control for different types of grids. That's kind of cool. Looks like pinch to close, swipe down to minimize, pinch to go out of full screen. That's kind of cool. That might conflict with some gestures in certain apps. So I don't know if this is going to be perfect for all different types of apps. I don't, I guess, oh, they don't like that the drop shadow, there isn't, they want to have a little bit of a divider. Oh, is there a divider that you can actually drag? They might have a divider in this one as well. And this is, looks like it's $10 a month. So another option, or you can buy it for $16. So those are some options, alternatives if you don't like Apple's option. And again, you can customize Apple's by going to desktop and dock in your settings, and then you can turn these off if they're getting in the way. So like I was having issues where I'm constantly dragging stuff, and if you don't like that margin, you can turn that off here. Constantly dragging stuff towards the top of the bar, and it was always full screening it. And since I don't have the muscle memory, it was getting in the way. So those are some things to think about. I'm going to turn it back on, see if I really like this option key thing. I don't love that it's the option key, mainly because it's conflicting with another keyboard shortcut I was using in my own app. But this ability to quickly grab like the foremost, I don't know where my window went. Let's pull this up. So that will go full screen. That will pull it out. And then if I want it in the corner, but what if I want it on the side? I saw it briefly. So getting it on the side is a little bit finicky for me. That's where the option key is so much of a game changer, because you do left and right. I don't see a way to customize like another split, but that at least gives you two. And then the game changer for this is this ability to drag this left and right and resize two windows in one action. So I really do like that. I'm on the fence. The margins on the sides, like, I don't know, it feels a little bit cluttered to me. So that's something that you can customize. If you don't like it, turn that off, and it should sort of snap them. But then you might lose out on that little bar thing. Like right now, I'm not seeing it. So let's snap this window here. I'm seeing it now. It has to do with the window if it remembers that it was snapped, and it only seems to work with two windows, and then it will appear in the very center and allow you to drag. So if I could get the best of both worlds by having that might be acceptable, combined with a dark background up top, and then click to show desktop. Did I turn that off again? I might have turned that off again. Back up here. Click to reveal always. It is kind of handy to click right here on the bottom left to see my desktop. I don't necessarily want to do it in between apps, and that's kind of why I don't really think I need the margin. But on Windows, there's a little button in the bottom right corner that I always click on my gaming PC when I'm playing around on Windows. And that's super helpful for getting to the desktop so I can change the wallpaper. But I can also right click here and change the wallpaper. So that just gives you a handy hook to do something. So if this was helpful, hit the like button, and I will publish more videos that cover macOS topics that might be useful for you. Thanks for watching, and comment down below if you like one of these other apps better than Apple's implementation, or if you're going to stick around and try out the new feature in macOS Sequoia.